Hey guys, welcome to my first Makeup 101 video. So I'm starting this series. It's called Makeup 101, and basically I'm going to be breaking down and doing demos of every single part of a full face of makeup for you guys. I'm calling it Makeup 101 because a lot of people always ask me, you know, how do I do this? Not as much as you do it, just basic, just simple. And what I always try to say or explain is that my really intense, full face, glammed out makeup is really just a lot of basics put together, layered one on top of each other. So what I wanted to do is kind of show you guys my basics. So I hope you guys enjoy the whole series. I'm gonna have them kind of periodically, not one after the other. But my first one that I wanted to do was powder contouring. Powder contouring is such a big deal right now, and I love me some contour. So without further ado, let me just jump right into the video. So the point of powder contour or contour in general is really just to add definition back into the face. So as you can see right now, I have nothing else besides foundation, a little bit of concealer, and just my face powder, and of course my eyes and my lips are done. You can kind of tell that my face doesn't have much dimension, or it kind of looks unfinished is the other way I like to think about it. Also, if you can tell right now, I'm kind of looking a little discolored, like my hands are one color, my face is another, but with the contouring and everything else that you put on your face, it kind of completes the look, and it also just kind of connects everything. If you are in flash photos and you do not have contour on but you have foundation and concealer, it's just literally gonna look like one color, two eyes, and lips. Now you can use contour to slim down certain features. You can change a lot actually on your face just by using makeup, but now I'm gonna put in a little bit of a disclaimer and say that you guys should love what you were naturally born with. Your features, your skin tone, your hair, everything is yours and yours alone, which I feel is such a cool thing. But at the same time, if adjusting or enhancing certain things on your face or your body makes you feel happier or you feel more confident, then I am all for it. You should never do these things just because you feel like you want to look like a certain person or your features should look like something typically else. I feel the more you embrace your features, you just exude that happiness and confidence. Positive disclaimer over. Let me just quickly explain the difference powder contouring versus cream contour. To me, powder contouring is a lot easier, and you can do a really, really natural powder contour, or you can get that really, really chiseled out look. With cream, generally speaking, your contour is going to look a little more natural. You have to be very careful and you have to know what you're doing because it can sometimes drag the foundation or whatever you have underneath it, and it can make you look muddy and make your makeup look a little patchy. So now I'm going to explain my 3 steps to powder contour 101. Number 1 is your tools. Number 2 is your products, and number 3 is your technique. I just wanted to let you guys know that this is just how I like to do powder contour, and it may not be everyone's cup of tea, but it's what works for me. So number 1 are your brushes. The thing that a lot of people don't realize is that brushes basically do all the work for you. I have 3 tools to share with you guys. The first one is the Nars ITA Brush. This is the brush if you want that super chiseled cheekbone look. The next brush I have for you guys is a Sephora brush. It's super, super old, but it's your typical angled brush. So it's not going to be as intense as the ITA brush, but you are going to get a chisel and it's going to be easier to kind of blend out the color. The last brush I have for you guys is one that I don't really use for powder contour. It's basically just a tapered brush. This is the Real Techniques contour brush. It's not as cut as the ITA brush, or its ability to blend out is not as high as the angled brush, but some people really like this. Number 2 is your products. With a contour powder, you want something that is not orange. You want something that's cool toned, meaning it is a little bit yellow or a little bit gray. I have 2 product suggestions for you guys. Number 1 is the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette. I have a lot of different contour products, but this palette is literally the only contour palette that I use because the colors here are perfect. Not only does this work for all skin tones, but it also works for all contour types. You can get your really super soft contour, or you can really intensify it with the deepest color. The powders are so soft and so blendable. They just work like a dream. The second product suggestion I have is the Girlactik Matte Bronzer in the shade Cabo. I dropped mine and it broke, so this is how we're traveling these days. You can tell it's just a really nice mid-tone tan and it's very, very neutral. The powder itself is super, super soft. What I really love about this, and the reason I would suggest this to people who just want kind of a one-step or for beginners, is for 2 things. First of all, this is great as a contour and a bronzer. It gives you a great, great natural looking tan. The second reason why I love this is because you literally cannot overdo anything if you are using this powder. My face has never looked muddy or orange, cakey, nothing. Now on to step 3, which is the technique. Okay, so now that we're a little more up close and personal, let me get started. With powder contour, rule of thumb, you want to keep the darkest parts near the edge of your face. When you're contouring, there's really 4 specific places that you want to contour. You have your cheekbones, you have your forehead, your chin a little bit, and then if you want, your nose. So for the cheekbones, this is how you can find exactly where to contour. One is you can feel it out and you can feel where your cheekbone kind of goes in. Another way, of course, is the good old fishy face. You can see where your cheekbone naturally kind of comes in. The third is that if you go from the top of your ear to the corner of your mouth, that is the line that you want to make with your contour. For how far I bring my contour in is the center of my pupil. So right here, by that point, it's going to naturally have disappeared into my natural skin tone. So I'm going to go ahead and demo for you guys. I'm going to take my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I like to start off with like a lighter base and then build up, because when you just go in full throttle, you might end up looking kind of muddy, patchy, not cute. I'm gonna go ahead and take that center shade and just tap it in, and then I'm just gonna wave my brush. You can tap it like that if you want. You're gonna want to start here, and I place my brush down here, and then I slowly just tap. So tap, 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 and you can see that line kind of forming, and already you can tell the difference. So again, I'm just going to go back in, tap a little bit. Now that I've laid down that line, I'm just going to go back in and tap again, and then I'm going to start side swiping to intensify. I'm going to just start blending out towards the hairline, because again, I want the darkest section to be further back and the lightest section to just kind of see how it naturally just kind of fades out. So now that I have my line down, that is pretty much my stencil. Nothing is going to come below this line. That is my contour. Now, since I don't want a stripe on my face, I'm going to blend it out, and this is all using the ITA brush. So I'm going to go ahead, tap, 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 and then using kind of up and down motions, I'm going to just blend out the top of that line. There we go. So all I'm doing is I'm just diffusing the top of the line so it doesn't look like a stripe. And you can blend it out however you want to. I like using up and down just because the ITA brush is already rectangular, so it makes it kind of easy. But that's the diffused line. When it comes to contour, anything that you want to kind of minimize or slim out, you want to darken. Anything you want to emphasize, you want to highlight. If you want to give a slimming effect with the contour, you want to bring it in a triangular motion. So basically you're going to be darkening this area. So I'm going to go ahead and do my triangle. So again, I'm just tap, 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 shake, shake, shake. I'm just going to turn my ITA brush on an angle like this now. And I'm going to just create, I'm literally creating my triangle line. And I don't want anything too intense. Again, you can see that the darkest part is right there, and you can see it just diffusing towards the front. So that is how you contour for the cheekbones. For the forehead, generally you just want to deepen up near the hairline, and you want to focus it more above the arch of your eyebrow and keeping the center a little more lit. If you have a larger forehead and you want to kind of make it look not as large, then you can bring and darken up around the hairline a little bit. So I'm just going to go ahead, tap, tap, shake, shake, and I'm just going to work this in just like that, kind of bringing it down right above the arch of my eyebrow. And it's just going to create that kind of a look. I like to also just place some on the chin a little bit, so in photos that way it doesn't look like your chin is a part of your neck, and you want to go really lightly on the chin. Sometimes it can actually look like you have striped your skin or not blended out your makeup. So for the jawline, tap, 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 shake, and you're just going to place it right here just where the jaw curves. You're just going to go back and forth a couple times. And there's your jawline chisel. So even now, if you just look at this half of my face versus this half of my face, huge difference. And this is on camera too. Like in real life, this is looking like a pretty significant difference. You can now tell that this side of my face kind of matches my neck better. So that's what I was saying, just natural definition, and also kind of brings everything together. Lastly, I'm just going to show you guys how to contour the nose really, really simply. Contouring your nose can be like a whole separate video. I don't generally slim down my nose, but I do like to just add definition to where it naturally curves, just so that in photos it shows up. Sometimes, you know when you guys take flash pictures and your nose just kind of disappears into your face, you're like, wait a minute, where'd it go? This is how you're gonna find your nose. Your nose contour should always, always, always be significantly lighter than any other contour on your face. So whether you're using less product or even using a lighter contour color, you want to achieve a much, much lighter contour on your nose, because since it's in the center of your face, it's automatically going to look a lot more exaggerated. With the ITA brush, it's so, so easy. You're just going to tap once, and I'm going to place it on the edge where my nose naturally curves, and just tap and swipe, and I'm done. I'm literally telling you, this brush is bae. This brush is bae. You are bae. If you have a longer nose or a hooked nose, what I generally do is with barely any product, you just want to hit the bottom of your nose right there. So what that shadow is going to do is it's going to look like your nose is more lifted. Another thing people at the moment really like doing is this kind of H shape. to kind of make your nose look like a cute little button nose, I would not suggest that. Just because if you don't blend that out properly or you don't know what you're doing, you will literally look like you have a brown stripe going across your nose, and I'm telling you, it's not worth it. Here is the final half and half. I wanted to just show you guys the difference between the contoured half of my face and the non-contoured half of my face, so you can really tell that there's a lot more definition. The techniques I used with the ITA brush, you can use the exact same techniques with the angled brush or the other brush. Again, it's always just tap, 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 flick, 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 tap, 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 blend, blend, blend. Tap, 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 blend, blend, blend. Tap, 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 blend. Tap, 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 blend. I just really like the ITA brush because it makes it so easy and so quick. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the other half of my face, and I will see you guys in a second. So that is all I have for my first Makeup 101 series video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I am so excited to finally be doing this video series for you guys. Leave a comment down below and let me know if you really did enjoy the video, or if there's specific topics you guys want me to cover during this series. But again, so excited. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and thanks for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.